Namaste everybody, welcome to this video that I'm going to be sharing with you. If you are feeling like, or if you have felt like you want to give up, make sure to watch this video. Why? It's because I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that will literally allow you to get through what some will call this rut that you're going through now or may go through. And I don't want anyone to miss out on this because so much greatness can happen if you continue. But before we get into it, let's cue the show reel. Okay, welcome guys to this video. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 things that if you feel like giving up right now, you will not want to after this. Why? It's because in life, there's so many things that happen, right? Everyone attains to trying to hit the peak of everything, the good times, but naturally in this human experience, there's ups and there's downs. There's ups, there's not so ups. So how can we tweak it to change it so that when we are experiencing life where there's, some would say, downs or challenges or setbacks, how can we push through and know that when we're continuing, we're not only continuing for ourselves, but we're continuing for this greater mission that we're put here to achieve. So the first thing that if you're feeling like giving up or stopping whatever you're doing now is understanding your mental internal dialogue. Now, what do I mean by mental internal dialogue? It's very simple. What are you saying in your mind right now? And you've got to ask yourself, how is this internal dialogue benefiting me? Because I want you to think about, if you're going through something in life right now where it's a setback, it's a challenge, something's happening, that's what is happening in your reality. If you fuel that with, why is this happening to me? How come this is happening like this? Why isn't it working? Then you're causing your mind, which is an amazing tool, but a terrible master. You're causing your mind to think of more, why is this happening for me? Think of the problems more. However, if we reframe our internal dialogue to be like, actually, I know that everything is always working out for me. There's some divine plan, even though it may not feel like it right now, I know that this is happening for a reason. Because I want everyone to note this down. Our greatest achievements don't come from our greatest achievements. Our greatest achievements, our greatest moments don't come from our greatest moments. They come from our greatest setbacks. It's in those moments when you're having those challenges, having those moments where it's like, why is this happening? How can I make this work? It's those that fuel us if you use that pain for fuel to motivate you to even more greatness. So when we ask the right questions of, okay, this is happening now, how can I make this work better? What are some things that I can do to take charge of this right now? If we control that mental dialogue, we're no longer going to be losing energy, trying to fight, trying to resist what's happening. So the first step is always thinking about this mental dialogue that we're happening and how is it benefiting the situation. Now, the second thing is all about when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your desire, what you're going through, because sometimes in life we have this thing where we're wondering, is this thing that I'm doing, is it for me? Should I still be doing it? Like, is stopping now quitting, or is it for the greatest good? One thing that always helps you on your path is knowing what is your goal? What is that thing? What is that reason why you're doing what you're doing? If you know that, if you're in tune, if you're connected, and we're going to be doing more different videos on how to get more connected, getting more in alignment. But if you know, is my goal in alignment with my greatest goal? Is what I'm doing right now, this goal that I'm doing or this thing that I'm doing, whether it's in business right now, whether it's a spiritual practice, whatever it is, whatever side of the scale we're on, is it in alignment with my greatest goal? And now it's funny, I know a lot of you guys may know Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, whatever your opinions of Mark Zuckerberg is right now, that's beside the point. But the story that one of my mentors shared with me was all about Mark Zuckerberg when he first started Facebook. In his office, in his wall, what he would have would be a number. Now this number, any decision, anything that happened in his life that came into his business, he would always think, how is this opportunity going to increase this number or decrease it? Now, what was this number? This number was simply the amount of users that he wanted on his platform. So if there was, let's say, someone came in and asked him to do something today, he would ask himself, is this contribution? Is this thing gonna help me achieve this number? Is it gonna increase my users, or is it gonna decrease my users? If the answer was decrease or not serve that number, then he wouldn't do it. Why? It's because he knew what his greatest goal was. He knew what his why is. He knew what his reason for doing this was, and he based everything on that number. So if you know what your greatest goal is right now, ask yourself, is it in alignment? Is what I'm doing in alignment? Is it gonna better me? Is it gonna help me get towards this greatest goal? If the answer is no, then it might be a case whereby you think, okay, is this thing for me right now? Okay, there's other ways as well to get clear, but we'll say that for another video. Maybe just comment below if you want to learn alignment practices, comment the word alignment, and we can do some videos on that. But for now, ask yourself, is this thing in alignment with my greatest goal? If the answer is yes, then we continue. But I know it won't be that easy, because some of you guys will be like, but Josh, oh my gosh, this is happening. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. If you're going through anything like that now, or go through anything like that in life, remember, a lot of the most successful people in life, was it the first time, the first attempt that they were successful? Or was it the second time, the third time, the 10th time, the 13th time, the 52nd time? All you've got to do is look back and think of, let's say, J.K. Rowling, how many publishers she had to go to before someone accepted her for the Harry Potter and their publication. Oprah Winfrey, Colonel Sanders for KFC, how many times his chicken got rejected? Okay, now we're on the vegan chicken hype, but you know, that was back then. So what we're going to look for is, and note this down, success leaves clues. I don't think I've heard a successful story of someone saying on their first attempt, they made billions of dollars, that was it, life complete. We're constantly learning, constantly improving. So this third thing, the third and final thing I want to share with you on this video is all to do with your success roadmap. What are the things that you're going to incur on this journey to your success, whether it's in business, whether you're starting a new venture, whether it's even, let's say, in relationships, in your spiritual commitments, anything like that. What are the things that you're progressing through on this success roadmap? So I want you to think back to a time in your life where maybe you've started something new. I know right now cryptocurrency is pretty big, drop shipping is pretty big. We teach about a few of these different things, coaching. Any venture that you went into or anything that you started in life, think back to it now. The first stage that you will always experience, and let's just take cryptocurrency right now for an example, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these big names blowing up. The first stage when you hear about this, you're like, oh my gosh, people are making millions. People are having so much success with Bitcoin. It's the new thing, it's the new craze. This first stage is called uninformed optimism. Okay, make sure to note this down, and if you've got a notepad or in the comments, just write one, uninformed optimism. This is stage one. This is the stage where you're like, oh my gosh, this thing is so amazing. I can make millions, I can help people, I can do this, I can do X, Y, Z. You're like, let me get into this. Now the next phase that a lot of people generally go through on this success roadmap is all to do with informed pessimism. What's this? This is the stage where now you're like, okay, I need to start Bitcoin. I need to start getting Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin. Let me go buy some Bitcoin. Then you go online, you're like, how do I buy Bitcoin? Like, my bank app doesn't buy Bitcoin. Let me go Google. Then you find out, okay, that you need this wallet, you need like some new ledger, you need some new transaction IDs, you need to get into the exchange, you need to find the right exchange, you don't want to get hacked. And it's like, oh my gosh, I thought buying Bitcoin was as simple as going to the bank account. You're telling me that now I need to do this, 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 and I still haven't even got Bitcoin in my account yet? So this is the phase where now we go through some informed, we're more informed, but now we start to get a bit pessimistic about it. It's like, is this worth it? Is it a scam? Will it work? And oftentimes what you'll find is if you push through this and you're like, you know what? I've heard that people are having success with this. I've heard that this can make a difference in the world. Let me just try this. And like I said, this could be for Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. This could be for starting your own dropshipping store. This could be for starting a new business. These are the common themes, the common patterns that a lot of people go through. Then after this, what we see, after this informed pessimism, when you go through this, now you push through, now it's the case you're like, okay, I've got my wallet, I've gotten to an exchange, I've got this, I'm ready to buy Bitcoin, I bought my Bitcoin now. Now you're like, cha-ching, I've got my Bitcoin. Then what happens? This phase, valley of despair. Now is the case, like I've got my Bitcoin. Then you check your app and you're like, okay, I put 5K into Bitcoin. Then you check and you're now like, huh? It's only been a day, but my Bitcoin's worth 3K? Why is it going down? Now my Bitcoin's worth 2K. Now you're in this moment of, this is a scam. Bitcoin doesn't work. Why did I do this? You're in this valley of despair. Now you're in the third phase. Now this could be whether you're starting dropshipping, you're like, is my dropshipping store making money? Do I even know how to market? Do I even know like what I need to do to make this successful? Will this work for me? Can I make it work? And notice the patterns, guys. Notice whether you've had these questions in your lives at some point. Okay? Now what the majority of people do, where they go wrong, is they hit this valley of despair, whether they can't figure out how to buy cryptocurrency, whether they can't figure out how to make it work for them, whatever it is, they're in some sort of valley of despair. Where most people go wrong is they do this. They're here, stage 3, level 3, and they're like, you know what, this is a scam, or you know what, this doesn't work, or you know what, this isn't for me. Then they go back to the beginning. Then they quit. So my guess is if you're having the right mental dialogue, if you're in alignment with your greatest goal, if you're considering giving up, thinking that this is the end, you don't know if you can carry on, my guess is you're here. But you want to know the good news, guys? The good news is that what comes after this? After this, if we don't stop, because a lot of times people always say, you know what, Josh, I'm just tired of starting over. And what I always say is, if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. If you take the easy way out here and you're like, you know what, cryptocurrency doesn't work, let me try dropshipping. You go through this again. Uninformed optimism, oh my gosh, they're making so much money. Informed pessimism, oh my gosh, I gotta get this store, I gotta settle my Shopify thing, I gotta find the products. But you know what, let me try. Valley of despair, I don't know what product works, guys, I don't know what to do. Then if you stop again, back out. Let me try Amazon FBA. Round the cycle, back out. This is what we call shiny object syndrome. Okay, I used to have a lot of this back in the day, and this is why I had scattered results. If you focus on one thing, you push through the valley of despair, this is what happens. Now we're on the next phase of IO. This is what we call informed optimism. Now this is a beautiful phase because now we're maybe still in the valley of despair, but we know what work it takes, we know what dedication it takes, but we're optimistic about it. This is the case whereby we're like, you know what, I know that right now I invested at 5K, but it's only worth 3K, but I know the cycles, I know the trend, and actually if I follow the trend, keep on to this, it will go up by probability. I know that by setting up this store, testing my ads, doing these different things with my ads, with my marketing, there's a very high chance that if I follow what works, which we teach in other videos, maybe we can link a video to one of Seb's videos, I know he talks a lot about this. If I follow what works, then there's a very high chance that it will work. So this is when we're more informed, but we've got more optimism. We're more educated, we're more optimistic about this. Now, you guys want to know what comes after this. This is the beautiful side. The final stage, S/R, stands for success/results. This is the stage where we're like, oh my gosh, my store is bringing cha-ching after cha-ching after cha-ching after cha-ching. Or cryptocurrency, oh my gosh, it's worth 5K. Back then when I bought it, then it dropped to 3K. Now it's worth 50K. This is the cycle of success. The biggest problem is most people leave the cycle too early. Leave the cycle too early, start something new. But if you are feeling like giving up in this moment right now, or you will at some point, then know that as long as you're in alignment with your greatest goal, as long as you're fueling your mental mindset with positive phrases, positive outlooks, then you know that more than likely you're somewhere here. The good news about this is that the next phase is upwards. The next phase after that is success and results. So if you keep pushing through, no longer will you be in the shiny object syndrome of going back to the beginning, starting something new. You'll be pushing through, powering through, and achieving what was destined for you to achieve. So from this video, guys, I want you guys to remember, first thing is knowing what is your mental internal dialogue. Second thing is knowing, are you in alignment with your greatest goal? And third thing is knowing this success roadmap that if you push through, if you are in alignment, you are congruent with what you want, what you desire, then success is just around the corner. Don't take this from me, take this from a sign from the universe that you even got this far in the video. You saw this video today, you're seeing it for a reason. So, if you got any value from this video, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Comment below your favorite aha moment. Which one's your point that you're going to take away from this? Are you going to keep pushing? Are you in alignment? Let us know in the comments so we can read back through, see where you are in your journey. And also, if you enjoy this channel, enjoy what we're teaching here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification button next to it so that you know and get notified every time we post this amazing goodness, because this year we're posting weekly videos to hold you accountable to get the most Wealth Yogi spirit and most goodness from your year and beyond. But for now, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Namaste.